Hey, Steve from Guitar Zoom here. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we're going to be looking at how to add a melody. And of course, this is done in this particular song with alternate bass notes to your song. And we're going to be looking at Lean On Me by Bill Withers, okay, in the album key, which means I'm putting the capo at the 5th fret. So I'm playing up here on the 8th fret, I'm playing G, which gives us the sound of C, okay? And you'll see why I chose these. You know, I could have played C down here, but this is just really comfortable for me to add that melody in. So the first thing I do is I start thinking about that. And then the second time's the same, except the end is different. So the first thing, if you're interested in learning this, is just pause the video and just memorize those notes. Just get that melody in your head. So then the second thing is you start thinking about, well, what are the chords that are underneath there? Well, you have G, do, do, da, C, da, 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 G, da, 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 D, da, G, da, da, C, da, 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 G, da, 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 D, G. So again, that's the second layer then, is knowing where those chord changes are. Now the third part is deciding how to put those two pieces together to make it function. Now you could choose to play your C the standard way, which sounds great, or the C add 9 way like this, which is fine too. I actually do kind of prefer this, although because I play it this way so much, my hands tend to gravitate to this. But I'm gonna, in this example, I'm gonna play the C this way, okay? So what I'm gonna do is go from my 4-finger G, and I just add in. So I strum that, and then I go to that. And it's okay if I hit more than one string. I'm really not trying to hit just the single note. I'm okay strumming because it sounds okay. So over the G, I play the whole G, or at least, you know, a chunk of the top section of this. You know, I don't really want to hit all these thinner strings because that might get in the way of what I'm trying to do with my melody. So I'll just stay with the thicker strings at this point. Okay. When I strum more, when I'm doing what I'll call vanity strumming, which is just strumming to fill space, it's okay whatever I hit. But over that melody, I have to be a little more careful. Okay, now I go to my C, and then I'm going to drop back down. And again, it's okay if I hit more than those strings. I just don't want, I don't want all that. I don't want those notes so loud. I just want, again, kind of the thicker strings. And then back to my G. And then when I come back up, okay. Now I go to D, but the problem is if I do this, it kind of gets in the way of the melody. So what I found is this is a perfect little opportunity to show you how, if you're familiar with this song. So I've got, right here, I want to be careful and really just hit maybe 2 strings on that first strum, and then I can go to a full D if I want to. So when I come off this, and then, and again, I don't know that I need all of those thinner strings in there. I'm just kind of playing the meat and potatoes of the chord there. I go back. Now here I'm going to move over to the D, F sharp. But for me, when I first started learning how to play this D, and again, it's relative to the capo, of course, D with F sharp in the bass, I never used to use my thumb over the top. I know a lot of people do, and if you do, that's great. I always learned how to do it as part of the chord. So when I was on G, for instance, going to the D, I would just do this and not play this string. And then I would use my first finger to play the bass note. So if you watch as I play this little ending here, right here. So that's a great example of how to take a melody like Lean On Me and then take those chords and figure out a way that works best for you. Now, you might want to do something different with this than the way I'm playing it, and that's great, right? Whatever works for you. But whenever you're trying to do something this, understand that the melody is really important, not just the chords, but finding a way to make that melody really ring out. Now, my melody is based on bass notes, right? Where sometimes the melody is in the higher strings. So you got to think about it a little bit differently. So give it a try, see what you think. Obviously, leave comments if you are enjoying this or find some success with it or anything like that. And stay positive, and of course, keep practicing.